Bakers. What a great week we have last week as Martha. Once again, we claimed the title of Star Baker. Perfect pastry. Ruby wasn't even able to complete her recipe. Judge Shaw was kind enough to spare Ruby from her elimination, just like David spared King Saul's life. This week, our bakers will have a technical challenge and will have to use one of Paul's recipes. We will learn that the boy David became king of Israel, as well as a story of obedience or lack of obedience. Now, it's time to begin the Great Bible Baking Show. On your mark, get set, bake. She got such a good job of that. That's the first time she ever baked on there.
That's right, Sherry. This week, the bakers will have to make one of my recipes, although I haven't given them all of the instructions. So they're going to have to do some things on their own.
Well, that sounds fun. Let's bring in our bakers. Bakers?
Here they are, everyone. Welcome back, our bakers. Ruby, Martha, Chef Richard. Welcome back, bakers. This week we have a new challenge. It is a technical challenge. You will have one of my favorite recipes over there on your table for ice cream. Or at least you'll have part of the recipe.
Yes, follow the recipes that you have, but you won't know everything. You will have to fill in the blanks.
On your mark.
Get set.
Bake.
Well, as our bakers get started, let's think about another story where sometimes it seems like people just don't know everything. I was thinking of the story of Uzzah.
Uzzah? I feel like that's an important name. Well, that is a great example, Sherry, but before we talk about Uzzah, maybe we should talk about David first. Because you see, after King Saul died, the boy David did become king.
I don't think he was a better king than King Saul.
I am more worried about this recipe incomplete that you have given me here. How are we supposed to make the recipe when we do not have all of the instructions? It is a good thing that I have brought my Diet Coke so I can calm my nerves.
Oh my head. Well, King David was a better king than King Saul. He changed a lot of things when he took over. One of the first things he did was to have the Ark of the Covenant brought to Jerusalem.
The Ark of the Covenant, what's that?
Well, it was something very special that God had Moses make to hold the 10 Commandments. But why don't we check on our bakers and see if their creations are special? Let's go see Martha. Martha, why don't you tell us about your ice cream?
Well, I combined all the ingredients and followed the recipe that we had. I hope it's right. You just don't know everything.
Well, I hope that works out well for you, Martha.
Let's see Chef Richard.
Richard, why don't you tell us about your ice cream?
I do not know. It's basically doing what I want with this, how do you say, creation ridiculous. We do not have enough information. Oh, I do not know what to put in it.
Well, just remember that following the instructions is the most important thing.
Yes, I know about the instructions, but we French, we always do what we want, because that is why we are the magnificent nation. Oh, I just thought, perhaps.
We shall see. Maybe we should escape on over to Ruby and see what's going on with her.
here, so I think I'm going to put that in the recipe.
Ooh, I do love chocolate ice cream. I hope that works out really well for you, Ruby.
Thank you, we'll see. I'm doing my best to follow the recipe, even though we don't have all the instructions.
Let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that's probably enough.
Very chocolatey. My favorite. Well, while they are finishing their ice cream, why don't we finish the story of Uzzah?
You know, that's a great idea, Sherry. David, when he became king, he wanted to bring the Ark of the Covenant back to Jerusalem. So he went with all of his men to the city of Bela, and they put the Ark of the Covenant on a new cart that was pulled by oxen.
Why did they make a cart? Why didn't they just carry the ark?
Richard, do you know?
No, I'm lost here.
Richard,
Yes, I'm sorry, what was the
would you like to tell us about the Ark? I think, yes.
We did not mean to stress you out with this,
Your
Richard.
recipe.
Yes, this is messing me up.
I can feel that you're lost in your recipe.
Oh, yes, now I remember the story. The ark was very special, and God had said that anyone who touched the ark, they would die, because the idea was the object untouchable.
That's right, Richard. They were not allowed to touch the ark. So they put it on a cart to begin carrying it back to Jerusalem. But now I think it's time to get your ice cream in the freezer. So bakers, let's take your ice cream back to the freezer. Hopefully everything will freeze up and set correctly. Well, you know, Sherry, I really hope that they follow that recipe because I sure do love ice cream.
Oh, me too, Paul. While their ice cream sets in the freezer, why don't you finish the story of Uzzah?
Okay, well, Uzzah was one of the men who was guarding the ark as it was moving on the cart down the road. And he was walking beside it when the ark began to fall off the cart.
The ark was falling? Oh no, what happened?
Well, Uzzah reached out and he touched the ark to keep it from falling. But God was very angry with him because he touched the ark. In fact, he struck Uzzah dead right there, right where he touched the ark.
Oh my, that seems like a really rough penalty. But let's bring our bakers back in and see what they made. That sounds like a great idea.
Why don't we do that?
Yes. Okay, well, let's see the amazing ice cream that they have made today. This week, we're using our warmer to help keep the ice cream cold. Let's see here. Ooh, it's cold.
All right, well, let's see. I think we have some spoons here.
Okay.
Sherry?
Ice
Let's
cream
taste
is
this
my
ice
favorite.
cream. I think this one is Richard's. Oh.
They call it the Coca-Cola Icy ice cream.
It's not really ice cream. I don't think it's set correctly. In fact, I don't think we can even judge that. Okay, let's move on to Martha's ice cream. This is Martha's ice cream. So it looks like homemade vanilla here. Very good. Excellent.
That is some good ice
Excellent ice cream. Oh, let's try Ruby's ice cream. It's like chocolate, very
And she had
chocolatey.
just the right amount of chocolate, it looks like.
Mm.
We'll take a bigger scoop of
Very good. In
that.
fact, I might take another. Very, very good ice cream.
Good job, Ruby.
Boy, those are too good. Now listen, Richard. I think you try to do too much on your own, and you just need to remember to stick to the recipe, which is exactly what Uzzah should have done.
While you bakers were back in the back, we learned that God struck Uzzah dead because he touched the ark when it was falling.
Well, that doesn't seem fair. Was he supposed to let the ark fall?
Well, Uzzah did not know everything, just like you didn't know everything for your recipe today. But what he did know was that he was not supposed to touch the ark.
Thank you very much for that. And now it is time to choose the star baker for the week. Might be a tough choice. Okay, this week I believe the Star Baker Award goes to Ruby.
Congratulations, Ruby.
Wow, I never expected to wear this. I'm so happy.
Well, that is all the time we have for now, but don't forget to turn in next week to the